Alrighty. Hello. Let's play some more Fatal Frame 4. We definitely want to get as many of these as we can. I don't know. I'm not sure if each one of these points is like character specific or not. Let's look. Okay, we can't upgrade his items. He has costumes. Does he have anything goofy? We can put sunglasses on him if we wanted to. It's dumb. All right. Ben says, "Good evening, friend. At least I hope it's evening where you are." It is not. It is 2 p.m. We are doing an early stream today because I got stuff to do tonight. Probably shouldn't have wasted both of those there, but it's fine. Okay, here. Spirit Stone Flashlight. Enhancements. Gotcha. Increased damage from chain shots could be pretty good because it's pretty easy to get chain shots. Max power also pretty good. Let's level this up. Okay, I don't remember where we were going. Investigate the exam room. I think that's right over here, actually, so let's go do that. Ben says, "I wonder what the Japanese consider herbal medicine or what native plants they use for medicine." I have no idea. In terms of, like, herbal medicines, generally, they don't really do anything, so I don't really put much stock into it. It's probably just some ginseng extract or something like that. I could maybe read the kanji on the thing. Yeah, doesn't seem that specific to me. All right, where is the exam room? Could probably just look at the map. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. This isn't the actual exam room, though. This is just the office. Nothing there to pick up. Ooh, more interviews. Moonlight Syndrome and the Moon. In mild cases of Moonlight Syndrome, patients start to lose fragments of their memories and tend to sleepwalk. Neither of these symptoms is especially uncommon, and may even occur together, but it is the effect of the phase of the moon on Moonlight Syndrome patients that makes it very different from other conditions. Patients stabilize when the moon waxes and is full, but tend to seek out the moonlight and wander at night. When the moon wanes, they become frightened and unstable. Hence the condition we now call Moonlight Syndrome was originally known as moonlust or night walking, names still used in superstitious contexts. In severe cases, patients lose almost all of their memories and are attracted to windows and rooftops, giving the appearance of being led by the moonlight. They bathe happily in it, as if having their lost selves return to them, albeit for a fleeting, unsustained moment. Patients who lose their memories will start looking toward the moon without fail. Symptoms like this may occur in individual psychiatric cases, but it is difficult to satisfactorily explain their simultaneous emergence in multiple patients. The condition is unique to the Rougetsu Islands, so it may have some connection with the climate or beliefs of these islands. So one thing I want to note here is that it says in mild cases of Moonlight Syndrome, patients start to lose fragments of their memories and tend to sleepwalk. This is actually what the Moonlight Syndrome in the game Moonlight Syndrome also causes you to do. What was that? Several medicine bottles and syringes are lying on the desk. The spooks can't scare me if I don't notice them. Is this a Hozuki doll? I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with it. Do I, like, take pictures of it? Nope. cabinet is full of medicine bottles. So I turned the sound settings way down in the game because it seems to just be extraordinarily loud, and then you just hit a point and it's almost too quiet. Apollo says, isn't Moonlight Syndrome a retro JP horror franchise, or am I forgetting? Moonlight Syndrome is Suda51's first directorial debut as a game director, I think. But it's the third game in the Twilight Syndrome series. So it's not specifically a series on its own, but it is the first game in Suda51's sort of career series, which is called Kill the Past. And the Kill the Past series comprises games like The Silver Case, The 25th Ward, technically Killer 7, even though it's not like in the same timeline. What else is there? No More Heroes. And what was the last one? I'm forgetting the name of it. Oh, Flower, Sun, and Rain. Haibara's assistance notes. The days pass and our efforts to treat Moonlight Syndrome continue. Dr. Haibara's treatment methods have shown some positive results, but they're starting to lose what basis they had in medical science and are increasingly muddled with superstition and folklore. He's putting more and more emphasis on his own ideas and the legends of the island. Frankly, I doubt the efficacy of such methods. I've never seen such treatments applied to a neurological condition. In particular, the macabre apparatuses he uses are unlike anything I've ever seen used at any other hospital. What I find more disturbing, though, is the bizarre terminology used in the hospital. These are not standard medical terms. For instance, intermediate-stage Moonlight Syndrome patients present symptoms where they fear their own reflection in mirrors or water. In the folklore of Rougetsu Isle, this phenomenon is referred to as budding. The patients may have been seeing their own faces reflected as something entirely different. Whatever the nature of this symptom, I wish they would call it a hallucination or a phobia, rather than use a proper medical term. This superstitious budding word is used by the infirmary staff on a daily basis. See, this is kind of odd because, like, one, a phobia isn't really a medical term. They have other terms for this. And I don't think hallucination is also the proper term for it. I think that's what they're called, but like usually there's like a more scientific term used for really specific types of hallucinations. So I don't really, it's kind of odd there, but apparently patients who see a budded face visible only to themselves also bud. There's a blossoming. I don't know the specifics of this symptom, but I have seen the color drain from people's faces at the mere mention of the word. From the sound of it, I doubt it has anything to do with botany. They say that those who see the faces of people with severe cases of Moonlight Syndrome resonate with them and become afflicted with the syndrome themselves. Is this budding? Whatever the name for it, how is it even possible for a neurological condition to be transmitted? Before coming here, I wouldn't even have entertained such a possibility, but Moonlight Syndrome may somehow be contagious. On top of all of this, I've been asked to make preparations for a rite to be held tomorrow. What kind of procedure it is, I don't know. How did it come to this? This whole affair has left me sick at heart. I totally agree. I mean, so the thing with these games that are based on folklore and superstition, obviously, is that like when the supernatural is depicted as real, suddenly that takes precedence over things, right? So maybe these terms, budding, ritual rites, stuff like that, are all meaningful, but it does stress a sort of inherent reliability and credibility to a lot of these things that we know very much are kind of just quack science. Engraved box. An engraved box, it's being held closed by some sort of closing mechanism. It's engraved with a waxing moon and a waning moon pattern with 2 slots visible. Neato. Tavia says, well, good afternoon, y'all. I see we've got another guy. Is he good for more than pushing furniture? He doesn't have a camera, so we're in another Fatal Frame game where the guy is the weakest protagonist, which is fine by me because the other girl, Misaki, does crazy damage. She's like a total Ray. So for the most part, I think we're we're off to a relatively decent start here. I wanted to examine this. Let me examine it. A rack stacked with medical records and old books. They must have been used as materials for some kind of research. Interesting. One of these days, I just want a survival horror game where while there are ghosts happening and we're, you know, trying to deal with supernatural elements, the healing item is just like, you found Tylenol. Like, your headache is better now. You took some Tylenol. I know amnesia uses laudanum, but that seems like a little bit extra. Yay, red spirit stone. Yeah, Apollo says you found Pepto-Bismol. Yeah, exactly. Give me Pepto-Bismo. Ben says, I have to say with all honesty, horror games don't scare me because most scenarios in these games are too far stretched and ridiculous to even attempt being scary. For me, it's not really the ridiculousness of it that gets me. It's just very rarely do horror games, in the like AAA sense, present a scenario where there is much meaning to the horror. One of the reasons why, for example, something like Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't really scare me is because they don't really represent anything. It's just like, oh, there is a monster. It's gonna kill you if you let the monster get you. And it's like, the monster isn't like a metaphor for anything. It doesn't really touch on anything meaningful outside of the context of the game. It's just like, oh, what I take from this is don't let the monster get you. It's like, okay, I won't, and I'll be totally fine. And there's no lasting ramifications for this problem. Whereas like something, to just draw a comparison to like a game that I think is genuinely kind of unsettling and very good at being unsettling, like Signalis is a game about like the creative horror of iteration and repetition and like what it means to be a person who is kind of just another person at the end of a line of hundreds of other people's journeys and stories, right? And like in a broader sense, it's about like what it means to make things in a world where there's no original thought. Like, how do you make something new if all you are is a culmination of all of your influences? Every single time I sit down to write something, I'm like, oh my God, I've never had a creative thought. In my mind, there's no such thing as being original. Like, how am I ever going to make anything meaningful? I'm just a hack. And that's like an actual anxiety that sits with me. And Signalis channels that into a story about iteration being meaningful. And like, so that's one way to make horror really meaningful and prescient. And I really like that. I think that works. And that's the kind of thing that actually gets to me. But like Five Nights at Freddy's, where it has like jump scares, like those aren't actually scary. They're startling. They can impress like terror on the player in the moment. But like in terms of actual fear, stuff like Amnesia and Five Nights at Freddy's, I shouldn't really loop those two together because the first Amnesia is a genuinely very good and interesting survival horror game. But like stuff like Five Nights at Freddy's or, you know, Bendy and the Ink Machine and stuff like that, it just doesn't really get to me. I don't really see a lot of meaning in there. And that's not to say there isn't any. It's just from a ludonarrative, mechanical narrative perspective, it doesn't really connect for me. I come from an esteemed lineage of head ceremonial priests bearing the honored name Haibara. I am also the medicine man of this island, and as such have come face to face with the condition known in the modern vernacular as Moonlight Syndrome. In establishing an institution to research and treat Moonlight Syndrome, I have exploited the benefits of medical science while still upholding the teachings of my ancestors. I believe it is my mission to research this baffling syndrome using a fusion of modern science and ancient tradition. Once, the people of Rougetsu Isle used their own means, befitting of their time, to delve into the nature of mind and soul. The masks of the Kagura were one such means. By wearing the mask In hearing the music, the vessel loses herself. The organ's masks allow them to keep their beat steady. The wearing of masks stimulates various different parts of the human brain. This is a fascinating phenomenon that science alone cannot explain. Masks truly are a powerful method to explore the potential of the brain. They open a door for us to explore new territories. And so came the true form of the Rougetsu Kagura, the rite of descent. This rite provides us with a means to dive into the abyss of the mind. However, the rite of descent has been forbidden ever since it brought disaster to Rougetsu Isle. The legends that tell of this disaster are terrifying, but in order to conquer Moonlight Syndrome, we must be brave enough to step over taboo boundaries. The moon eclipses but once every 10 years. We cannot let this chance escape us. Time is a commodity we sadly lack. An intercom displaying a series of numbers on the desk. Why was it highlighted in red if I can't interact with it? Seeing all these dolls everywhere, and there's that Hozuki dolls note, but I don't really know what the Hozuki dolls are supposed to be. Haha, got him. Knew it was gonna happen. Okay, so if the hand grabs me, I lose the items that I'm picking up, so I just gotta be a little bit quicker on the draw there. Is this all there really was here? I don't really have anything else to do in this room. Where do I go? Do I just have to go back upstairs and then go into that room and use said intercom that I wasn't allowed to use? Sorry, I'm shining my flashlight around to see. Can I use the intercom here? Nope. Very odd. Can't read that. All right, I guess we just gotta keep moving. Was there something in here I missed? Nope, doesn't look like it. The light for the director's office is lit. Is someone in there? Ah, fuck. I wanted to take the lens off. There we go. Nope. Allows photos to be taken with the Spirit Stone flashlight. I've been taking photos without it equipped. What does that even do? I can't tell. Oh my god, I'm stuck. I will not Tasukete. Where are you, big guy? Ah, goddamn. Ben brings up PT. PT is great. You know, it sucks that Silent Hills never happened, but also what we got with PT was just excellent. So it's just a shame that Konami buried it, because I would love to just be able to play PT as it is, or as it was, I should say. What the? I guess I killed him? I didn't get like a fancy thing for that, so how was the volume there? Could people still hear me during that fight? Because I can't really tell if it's any different. It looked a little bit different on the monitor, but barely. It's funny, people bring up the final puzzle of PT being really cryptic, but I didn't use any solution the first time I played it. It just solved itself for me. I never had any problems. Of course, I know now it's a very convoluted process getting it working, but I breezed through it super simply. Okay, I guess I can't interact with that anymore. Flitbolt says, "Hi, Toaster." Hi, welcome. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for the follow as well. All right, so we can't... Oh, I have to reach out here. Wooden card, waxing moon. Okay. Can I combine them? I cannot. That reminds me, I wanted to listen to some of the records we had. Right? Are they in here? No, they're in... Yes, they're in the records section instead of in the files records section. I don't really know why. Oh, we already listened to this. We want to do tapes.
9月16日、老月島到着。灰原が手配されてから2ヶ月が経った。依然行方は分かってない。明日行われる老月神楽は、この島出身の者にとって特別な意味を持つ祭りだという情報にかけてみる。灰原がこの島に渡ったという証言はまだ取れず、本部は動かない。東京での捜索を進めている。しかし、灰原はこの島にいるような気がする。これは俺の勘だが、冷酷な奴ほど窮地に立つと何かにすがりたがるものだ。テープ回りました。どうですか、気分の方は。わかりません。気がつくと廊下にいて、月が見えて、月を見ると少し落ち着くんです。いつからですか。前の祭りの後からです。祭りが終わってもまだあの感覚が続いているような。それはどういう。どんどん 自分が溶けてなくなって何か忘れてはならないことがあったのに、何かを忘れたことも思い出せなくなっているような気がするんです。そうか。まずこの薬を安心してください。必ず解放に向かいます。あの音楽は何です？あの音楽を聴くたびにまたやめてください。やめて。わかりました。あなたには特別な治療をしましょう。院長、院長、連れて行け。あ、はい。
So these records must take place a little bit before the actual game starts, is my assumption. Like, or not the game starts, but like the mystery of the game, right? Like, because something like 10 years ago or like 13 years ago or something, the kids went missing. But these are degraded tapes, so they must be from earlier than that. And since the game itself takes place in like the 2000s, like probably around the time the game came out, like 2009 or something is my guess. These tapes that we've been finding must be like 50 years old at least to be this deteriorated. Because tapes from the 90s, I don't think would be this destroyed, especially if they were indoors.
テープ回りました。どうですか、気分の方は。顔が自分のものじゃないんです。違うんです。これは。それはどういう？鏡を見ていると時々。いえ、わかりません。もう見たくない。だから目を薬の量を増やしましょうか。もう見たくないんです。妹だってそう言ってました。違う。安心してください。必ず解放に向かいます。
Okay, that's intriguing. One thing I want to try is turning down the voice volume a little bit more, like down to there. Yeah, that's good. That'll probably get it down to about where we need it. So we got that, but there's still no way through there. Just not really sure on this front where we're supposed to go. Investigate the director's office. Where isn't that where we just were? It's where we were. And it wouldn't let me interact with the intercom. Tafia says, so I take it the setting this time around is an old mental health facility. It's like a hotel where a mental health facade is going on to hide a some sort of supernatural occurrence. Not really clear on exactly what it is, but because the thing about this location is that it's referred to as a hotel, so it's not actually a hospital as far as I know. It's been converted. There was a bookcase lying open. A bitterly cold drafts in from behind it. So can we go behind it? Is there a way to get over there? What in the world? puzzled here, because it tells us to investigate the director's office, but there's nothing for us to interact with in here. Can't interact with the stuff on the wall. Can't interact with the intercom. There's nothing on the couches to touch. No buttons to play with. Sculpture resembling a cloud-veiled moon. Okay, we tried that. Didn't really do anything. And then there's nothing over here either. I can't, like, move the thing. Like, I understand what the puzzle is saying. It's saying there is a secret room back there. But how do we get there? Very puzzled. Ben says, what in your opinion is something that a horror game does that makes it instantly bad or mediocre? I don't know. Kind of the same thing that makes... Oop, wrong. Sorry, hold on. Kind of the same stuff that makes any game bad or mediocre, right? Like, you put systems in a game that are there to circumvent the systems themselves. You don't tie your mechanics to your narratives. You don't have any sort of ludonarrative design going on. You know, stuff like that just kind of completely kills my interest in most games. Alright, we're doing damage. No, how in the world? It's still very loud. Why didn't that take the photo? I'm so confused. There we go. All this filter is really doing is eating away at the YouTube compression. That's my punishment for this weird attack. Oh crap, I don't have any I might die. I didn't die, he just disappeared. Oh, this is frustrating. Alright, let's wait for our moon power to recharge. Ben says, am I familiar with the game Waxworks? Sounds familiar, but I don't really know. I don't think I've ever played it. All right, how are we gonna deal with this? Because I've tried to fight this guy multiple times and he just keeps getting away. I don't know if I'm hitting like a loading zone or something that's just like making it. No idea. All right, come on out, doctor. I think I gotta kill this ghost. I think that's what causes whatever there is to spawn, so I'm not sure. Dungeon Crawler from 1992, developed by Accolade, published by Horrorsoft. Okay, that makes it sound more familiar, but I don't think I've played it. My question is this just a forever respawning ghost, or... what? Okay, there's nothing over there. Large stack of folders, someone was collecting document scraps. There's nothing in this room that I missed, and it still just wants me to check out the director's office. So do I need to go touch the intercom, come back, and fight the ghost? Have we like soft locked ourselves by interacting with the director's desk before we were told to go in there? If so, that's very funny. An entire episode's worth of backtracking content because we messed up the game and we broke it a little bit. Who can say? The VOD will go up. They'll have to deal with one day of a crappy video, I guess. Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, I think that might be what happened. Let's reload real quick. All I'm gonna do is pick up items again, and take pictures, so it's not really a big deal. Spirit Stone flashlight, change equipment, put on the picture lens, and then examine, trade. Sure, we'll get the Hozuki dolls note. I have no idea what it is. So does this unlock stuff for me to take pictures of? Is that what that's doing? All right, now we need to just run back, do our best to get as much as we can. I'll save time. I'm not going to reread the documents because we already did that. We'll reveal some stuff in the environment though. Man, the game's like Wii controls come through very strongly on controller in a way that is not very fun to play. There we go. Spooky. The doll's curse has been lifted. Okay, so I do need the Hozuki note to take care of these. What does it actually do though? Oh. Hozuki dolls. These dolls in red kimono are called Hozuki dolls and are a tradition of the Rougetsu Island. Their origin is not known for certain. They are said by some to have originated as dolls made by parents in the memory of their deceased children. On some islands in the area, the dolls are said to be unlucky, but here on Rougetsu Isle, they are placed in various different locations to ward off evil spirits. Okay. Game, revealed stuff. Anything for me to pick up? There we go. Yes, I know the medicine bottles are on the desk. All right, we already listened to that. All right. Which way do we need to go? That's my question. All right. Did we already go in here? Is this the way backwards? I probably could have just opened the map, but nope, this is the way we are supposed to go. Right? No, this is the way we came from. Because I'm dumb. All right. Over here. All right, before we go into the other room now. Ooh, this is the, this is probably where we needed to go before I reloaded, huh? Yes, it was. Okay. That's annoying. What the? Why can't I take a picture of this one? There we go. Ben says in the game, you take control of the current generation's good twin. His brother Alex will soon fall victim to the curse. Brother must help. Yada yada. Death of Protag's uncle. The waxworks act as portals to the past. Sound intriguing? Yeah, it sounds cool. We'll see if it ever comes up. I don't know exactly if super old school survival horror will do well on the channel, but we'll see. I definitely wanted to play Sweet Home on the channel sometime, so. All right, I got that. I'm gonna run back out and grab whatever was on the other side of that barrier, because I don't want to miss that, and I thought it was inside the window. The hyper crisp shadow here is kind of goofy. All right, let's pick that up. Warning, wandering patients. Please take extra care concerning nighttime wanderings of Moonlight Syndrome patients. When in charge of night watch, check on the phase of the moon. On nights when the moon is full, ensure all locks and security procedures are in place. On nights when the moon is obscured, increase patrol frequency. Did it seriously just reveal another item in that room that didn't reveal earlier when I was shining a flashlight directly at it? Oh my god. The amount of backtracking is remarkable. And it's not even meaningful backtracking, it's just the game's camera and just motion control legacy being awful. Okay, well I got Sacred Water, so that's great. Sacred Water just helps us out. Definitely while playing this when there's instant kill attacks with enemies. And enemies do a crazy amount of damage. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, unequip this so that we're prepared for the fight that will happen when we actually investigate this stuff. Go in here, grab all the items before the fight starts. Oh, shoot, I meant to put this back on so I could take that picture. I forgot this was here. Wow, there really is a lot of these Hozuki dolls, huh? I don't really know what we get for taking pictures of them or uncursing them, but hey, it's part of the gameplay, I guess. It would be cool if we got benefits for it, but I have no idea what they would be. Already read that. Already listened to this. Alright. Now we can do combat. Oh my god. Pull out your flashlight, buddy. Ben says, I now realize I'm probably boring you to death with all this backstory. No, you're not boring me. I just, I have to focus to get the fight. And also, if we end up playing it, if I end up looking into it, I don't want to be too spoiled on the content. Where you at, buddy? Oh, I missed my chance. Next one should get him. Nope. Next one will get him. Finally got the guy. All right, nice. Ben says, it's very difficult. I highly recommend it. It's on GOG for about $10 and it's great. Hey, I mean, that sounds sick. I'll definitely give it a try. We'll see if I can actually, you know, do it on the channel, but I have to be a little bit careful about what I do on the channel just because we're so small currently, and if we have any desire to grow the channel at all, viewer metrics matter. So it's just one of those things. Not really in it to like hustle super hard, but I actually put a pretty surprising amount of thought into my schedule and what I play, so. But hey, tell all your friends about the stream, and maybe if we can get a super reliable base of people who are interested in retro survival horror, we can do something with it, because that's something that I'm super interested in. So it looks like the ghost hands are actually somewhat random, because there was one on that shelf when we played last time, and there wasn't one this time. So I wonder how much of it is randomized, and how lucky we've been getting. Yeah, in terms of stream games, it's not even the need to be obscure. It's just whether or not, for example, I'm able to make a lot of progress. That's honestly the biggest concern when running a channel. Is like, you don't want to bore the audience if you're like dying all the time, and you know you're just seeing the same content over and over and over again. The box opened when the waxing and waning moon cards were inserted. The box contained a piece of paper, 438951. A serial number and some kind of riddle are written on it. Twice 7 days makes the new moon full, plus 1 is the key to the square as well. So 15-1 or 14-1. Okay, 141. Blue says, hey, oh, hey, Blue, welcome. I want to know what the heck this is. Probably, yeah, it was revealing something on the other side of the wall. But yeah, with regards to like what we play on the channel and stuff, this Waxworks game I mean, it seems like it could be really cool for a Let's Play, like a pre-recorded one. If I can like edit out, you know, a ton of faff and stuff in between moments. So that would be, that could be really interesting. I'll definitely look into it. I know I want to do the old school Alone in the Dark games pretty badly. Turbo Dad Kisser says try 114. Nope, doesn't seem to work. Let's look at the puzzle again. Also, welcome to the stream, Turbo Dad Kisser. Thanks for following me 2 days ago. I don't think I was able to actually read the alert when it popped up. All right, let's see. Files. Don't want the Informer's report. Was it this one? No. They don't go in like a particularly useful order, so it's hard to figure it out. There we go. Memo with code. Don't know why it's only the third one. Twice 7 days makes the new moon full. So is it 771? Maybe that's the code? TDK says, it's good to be here. I mostly lurk. Well, hey, we love lurkers. 438951. Twice 7 days makes the new moon full. So that's 14 days. Plus 1 is the key to the square as well. So 15? But that leaves us with a missing number. So is it 015? Or is it 14, 8, like 7 plus 1? Hmm. 177? Maybe I just typed it in wrong before? No? Did I already try 015? My memory is bad. We have a real pickle. Seven plus 1 is 8. 8 equals 16. Root of 16 is 4. I have no idea. So let's try 16. I'm going to try 16-1 real quick. No. Maybe 814? Huh. Is it Sudoku? Hold on. This might be Sudoku. I mean, not like actually Sudoku, but the numbers, we might need to just use numbers that aren't on the table, right? So we have 1, we have 3, which means, oop, fuck, I didn't mean to close out. We have 1, we have 3, which means we want 2. 2, 6, 7, 7, 6, 2. Is it 271? Maybe that's the code. Because it's literally the numbers just put in order. God, the fact that circle is not confirmed is really messing me up. Truly puzzled. Let's try to puzzle this out, right? So 7 2 times makes the new moon full. Plus 1 something makes the square full as well, right? We really need to just look at the note. So 4 3 8 9 5 1. Twice 7 days makes the new moon full, plus 1 is the key to the square as well. So do we need to Sudoku 215? So if that's the case, let's try to do this. Okay, so 9 plus 4 is 13. So this would be 2. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 7 is 15. 8 plus 1 is 9, which would be plus 6. There we go. We did it. Okay. Sounded like something moved behind the bookcase. Okay, I knew the bookcase was a was going to be a secret door. Buddy, I knew the noise came from over here. It's funny that he closes the door first without moving it. Like, how polite. A spooky hidden area. This camera is something else. Why'd the door move back? Can he move it? Yeah, he can. Leave the door open, dude. The ghosts are trying to get me. You've got to be kidding. Oh. See, I don't think this guy on his own has has this many spirit stones. Oh, great. He activated his stand. He needs like the JoJo's onomatopoeia around him. There we go. Rorschach shot, baby. All right. Wow, my controller is just vibrating like crazy. Blue spirit stone, nice. All right, I need to check how many spirit stones I had at one point, just so that when we switch to another character, I can see if it's shared or not. Because if it is not shared, then we'll go willy-nilly upgrading characters. So I have 28 right now. Moonlight Syndrome research file. Of all the methods of treating Moonlight Syndrome that we have tried to date, the most promising appears to be surgery. Specifically, this treatment involves stimulation of the brain by direct or indirect means. Progress was very slow and difficult at first, with much experimentation, but results started to appear, and now it seems the day cannot be far when we find a comprehensive treatment method. However, there was recently a case in which surgery seemed successful at first, but unfortunately ended in tragedy. The patient initially appeared to recover from Moonlight Syndrome, but rapidly deteriorated with a total amnesia and voidness followed by death. The corpse's face appeared warped and was, of course, harvested immediately. Ugh. Ugh, harvested? That is not a good word for that. Was this warping the beginning of blossoming? Research into the treatment through surgical procedures continues, but blossoming must be prevented at all costs. We must not bring about another disaster like the one spoke of in our legends. We cannot have another day of tranquility on this island. Well, I mean, I guess they're motivated by a good reason. Grisly-looking instruments are arranged at the head of the bed. Beside them lie syringes, forceps, scalpels, drills, and other surgical instruments. How very mysterious. It's back here. Great. Another spooky hallway for us to go down. All right, down the stairs we go. Oh no, what item is going to be revealed? This is some spooky shit. Imagine if you just like walked down the stairs at a hotel and encountered this like horrible underground maze. That's nightmarish. No, thank you. There is something around here that isn't being revealed. Was it up in the other room? Cause see, it's not this way. Is it on the ground here somewhere? Let's check. It was. We found it. Focus lens. All right, that is actually useful. We don't want that to be unequipped. Allows me to use powerful attacks on ghosts. Sick. Love that. Hell yeah. Go team, powerful attack on ghosts. Old-timey. He should have known. Wait, if he rode this elevator down in the past, shouldn't he have known that this tunnel was down here? Behind the bookcase? So I can't tell if he's at the place at the same time as the girls that are exploring. It's unclear.